It's Tim Albright with an AVNetwork Tech Talk. With me today is my old buddy, Mr. Ken Eagle, from Hall Technologies. Welcome, sir.
Yes, thank you, Tim. So great to be here.
Good to see you, buddy. You joined Hall here recently. You are the VP, Vice President of Technology. So first and foremost, let's talk for a second about kind of you and that transition over. What was one of the two of things that kind of drew you to Hall Technologies?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, it's certainly not just one thing. I think it's a combination of several things. You're looking at a company that's been around, Hall, for a long time, and they've developed really quality product over that time. They have a really solid name in the industry. So going to work for somebody like Hall means you're stepping into a solid foundation, a company that doesn't have a lot of bruises. They haven't been beat up over the years. They got a really good name, and that's something you can work with, and something that you can really grow the existing customer base even bigger with. So that's a big thing there. Second, Hall's been putting together an incredible executive team, and with the anticipation of getting out into the market and doing some really unique, disruptive things in the AV/IT space. That's really exciting to me and has really drawn me in. And third, it's a company that's built on an engineering foundation where they design and build a lot of unique products and solutions. And that really excited me. So, they reached out to me and had some really compelling products in mind and direction they wanted to go in the AV industry. And I said, that's something I really want to be a part of. And, I joined on here beginning of July. It's been about a month and a half here, and it's a great culture. It's a great place. And the other final thing that I really like about it, it's a small company. It's a company where I feel like I can immediately make an impact in what they're trying to do and with their culture, and I want to be part of that.
I want to take a minute here and look at some of the products, because you mentioned the fact that Hall has really kind of developed a number of technologies. They've got some interesting things coming down the pipeline. One other thing I want to talk about is the MC200, and that's a very interesting product. Talk for a second about where you guys see that specific product when it comes to customers and where you see them utilizing it the most.
Yeah. The MC is a really cool product, Tim. It's a presentation switcher. It's kind of a multi-input, multi-output presentation switch. It's got this really cool windowing or tiling feature that allows you to share any source to any display in a number of configurations. Plus, it's got audio mix built into it with dual microphones, and it's just some really cool features. So it's really positioned well. Number one, for the corporate space, and this is anything from small to large conference rooms. You can put it in a huddle space. Could be a little bit overkill for that, but it'd be really killer. It's great for any kind of a meeting space or a large corporate office. And I think where it really will shine too is in the education space. Really any size education solution, K through 12 to higher ed. It's priced right. It's got some really unique features in there. And I think those two markets are really going to dive in and eat this product up, especially when you look at the competition in the market space and what's out there. This has some pretty cool features packed into it over and above what some of the competitors have at a price point that's probably a bit more compelling than what people are used to seeing.
Yeah, I want to focus on one aspect of this, and that is the dual microphone input. Certainly presentation switchers have been around for a minute. Certainly there are multiple ones that do, like you said, the tiling and stuff. But those two quality, the professional grade inputs for microphones are incredibly key. Talk for a second about why those are important, especially in the education space.
Yeah, you're right on with that. It's definitely important. Number one, you've got a presenter or an instructor who needs to be mic'd up so that everyone can hear properly. Not to mention, you got to have the right sound reinforcement in the room so everybody can hear. But being able to capture that audio from a presenter and have it in the presentation solution that you're using, and then being able to have a secondary microphone for another presenter or for an audience participation is really important. And what I love about how it's built into the MC is that it makes it easy for the person operating the room to be able to communicate without having to involve additional equipment for switching to make sure that you've got the right audio matched up with the right person. It's done seamlessly with the MC. And that's what's really great about it is the people who are using the technology, they don't know. It's easy to use. Once it's installed, it's seamless. And that's what I really like about the MC.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned higher education as well as K-12. Where else do you see the MC and the MC200 fitting? What verticals do you see kind of capitalizing on this?
Yeah, so certainly because of the price point, it's priced competitively, so it'll be great in that education space, but it'll also be great in that corporate space. And really now, post pandemic, anywhere we're talking about unified communication or collaboration, this is a product that's going to tie into that market really well because you've got the option to have a built-in audio card, an amplifier card built into it, so you can put it in all-in-one solutions and drive your speakers right from this device. You can add expansion cards for HD-based T, allowing for additional inputs and outputs with a two-way transceiver so that you can talk to peripheral devices that are around the room. So again, expanding out into this unified communications solutions, this product's really going to expand the range and what people can do and bring it in at a price point that you can do it in so many of these places where you've got people now maybe working from temporary locations, maybe working from home solutions, maybe working from small offices where they're rotating in and out of spaces or sharing common spaces when someone else isn't in there and you rotate in. So this becomes a product that's really flexible and can be used in many different ways. Makes it really nice for an AV manager or an IT manager who needs a device that can do a bunch of things and be flexible, maybe even change shape a little bit. Don't forget this product, in addition to what I mentioned, also has a USB 3.0 output. This is for streaming. So now you can stream content live onto the internet. You can stream live back into Teams or Zoom or Riverside like we're doing right now. You've got a capture feature right out of it and built directly into the MC. You've got a record feature, and you can pop a USB drive, like a thumb drive, right into this, hit one button, and immediately record your content right to file. It's so easy to do.
One aspect that you mentioned, the fact that making it kind of seamless and make sure that the users can use it and leverage it just pretty naturally, is attaching it to a control system, and Hall has a new control system called Hive. Talk for a second about where Hive fits into the Hall technology product catalog.
Yeah. Okay. So great segue there. Hive is a brand new. It's an AV control solution being launched from Hall Technologies, and Hive does a number of things really well. Number one, it controls AV products. It's a cloud-based solution, uses IP, but you can also talk through the Hive node devices, so you can speak to legacy devices, IR, RS-232. So it's a cloud-based control solution, but it's also not only is it going to give you AV control, it's going to give you scheduling, it's going to give you asset management, it's going to give you the ability to customize and deploy solutions for your customers. And it's the kind of product that people are going to love because it's deployed and built on an Android base, an Android framework. So that means to a customer, when you deploy an Android panel or a touch panel, you have access to the Hive store. Now you think about this. When you're using your phone, whether it's an iOS phone or an Android phone, you have access to an app store. And an app store allows you to do what? Go on, access different apps, and deploy solutions to your customers. Hive works in this similar fashion, which makes it stand out among competitors in the industry because we've built a store into this. Now, the store does a couple things. As an integrator, it allows you to get out there and build custom solutions for your customers. Say you're doing a college campus. You've got 7 different buildings, 50 different rooms, and you've got maybe 6 different types of rooms that you always put together. So you've got common packages. You can build these packages, deploy them into your Hive store, and easily roll them out to your solutions across the entire campus. Not only that, but you can build a community out of Hive, a community of developers out there who are creating different solutions that you can tap into and share with other people. So Hive is going to be very powerful, and where it really fits into the Hall line is it is kind of a gateway that allows you to have a control solution that does all of these amazing things, but ties you to the hardware, the Hive ecosystem of hardware that Hall is going to be rolling out over the next 12 to 24 months that tie in all of these unified communication solutions with a central management and control solution. And through the Hive Cloud, you have remote access to all of your customer sites, to all of your installations, the ability to do remote work, to do updates, and to have analytics on all of your customers' solutions and how those are being deployed and used as well.
No, absolutely. Control is one of those areas. It's my favorite part of AV still. I'm not very good at it, but I enjoy it. Right. and control is almost a personal choice for some programmers, right? It's something where they develop and dedicate their entire life, right? Years of learning a certain control protocol or platform. When you talk to dealers, what are you telling them, to get them from control system 1, 2, or 3 to kind of come over and take a look at Hive, and quite frankly, they're programmers as well. Is it the store? Is it the education you guys are offering? How are we getting dealers over to Hive?
Yeah, good question. So Hive offers a couple of features that are really unique for a dealer. Number one, you'll have education right online that you can take for Hive, so it makes it easy to get to. Number two, Hive has got the ability to do two things that are really cool. Number one, you can build freeform with Hive. So as you're developing a control solution, you can customize and tailor control solutions any way you like, with any colors, shapes, logos to match your customer's design. It's really powerful. It's built on a REST API solution, so it's very fast. It's got a very fluid interface. And you mentioned programmers. The barrier to entry is real low because there's really no programming to learn. It's a configuration editor. So if you're used to using an app online and you can configure it and build an app, you can configure and build an app or an interface using Hive. It's very simple. The second thing it does is Hive also has templates and widgets built into it. So if you're just getting into it and you want to test it out and you're coming from another manufacturer and you've been using something different and you're afraid to jump in because it takes a long time to learn a system, it's not true with Hive. It's real easy. You can go right in, load a template for a design, and then we offer widgets. So if you've got to bring in a DSP, drop a widget in for it. If you're doing some kind of a video conference and you need a dialer, you drop a dialer right in. If you're doing a matrix, you drop a matrix right in. All of the routing, all of the commands are already going to be dropped in right there for you, and a template's going to be built so that the interface is ready to go. Now, certainly you can customize that, add your own logos, colors, buttons, whatever you want to it. But the fact that the templates are already there and the interface is so fluid and fast and easy to follow makes the barrier to entry for someone coming from another solution where they've spent a lot of time developing and honing their skills. It makes it real easy to move over because you're not going to have that difficult barrier to entry to get in and to learn it.
Yeah, those are all really good points. Absolutely. Before I let you go, you guys are showing in a pretty big way at InfoComm. InfoComm 2021 happens the 27th through the 29th of October. You guys are over in booth 2361.
Yep.
Ken, besides seeing you, what else are we going to find in the booth there at InfoComm?
A couple of exciting things. Number one, we've put together an incredible sales team. You're going to see that and get to meet those folks there. They're going to be real excited to show you all these tools. You're going to have the MC, which we talked about. You're going to see that profiled in the booth. It's going to be live. You can interact with it. You can see how all these really cool features that I talked about work and how easy it is to interface. You're going to see the Hive. You're going to be able to touch the Hive solution, manipulate it, play with control panels, see how easy it is to use templates and build a system live right there. And one of the things that's really cool about Hall that not a lot of people know is that we're pretty deep in the medical industry. I know when we talk about AV, we talk about corporate and we talk about education a lot. Not a lot of people actually dive into the medical solution. Hive's been in the medical industry for years. They have tremendous product, great engineering around the medical side of stuff. And we want to showcase a little bit of that and what we're doing in that side of the industry. So if you're in the medical space or you're looking to get into that medical space a little bit and you want to see what kind of solutions Hall has, come by the booth because we're going to feature that inside the booth too and let you see some of the solutions that Hall has been providing over the years and where we've been successful in that.
Awesome. Well, we will see you in Orlando on the 27th through the 29th. If somebody wants to connect with you guys, with Hall, or you specifically, Ken, how do they do that?
Yep. So HallTechAV.com is the website. We rebranded earlier this year. The company used to be Hall Research. It's now rebranded as Hall Technologies. So HallTechAV.com. And you can reach me. Our email is real simple. It's first initial, last name. So I'm K Eagle, E-A-G-L-E, at HallTechAV.com. And of course, you can catch us on all the social medias. You'll find us real heavily on LinkedIn, out there on Twitter, and on Facebook too.
All right, very good. Ken Eagle from Hall Technologies. Thank you so much, sir. My name is Tim Albright. You can find us more at AVNetwork.com, AVNetwork.com, and find more of these fantastic tech talks. All that and more at AVNetwork.com.